Stay is a potentially life-saving skill that you should work on early and often with your puppy in their first year of training, regardless of their age. When you are teaching anything to your puppy, it is ideal to break it into small steps. Not only your puppy will learn it quickly, but it will get easier in that way. Have you ever heard of the 3 Ds from dog trainers? No? I'll tell you what these 3 Ds stand for in the dog training. The first D is duration training, which means having your dogs focus on you for a period of time. The second D is distance training, which means teaching your dog to listen to you a bit far away. And the last D is distraction training, which means teaching your dog to listen to you in a more exciting situation or around distraction. The 3 Ds of training don't just help to teach your puppy to sit, but can also help you to teach your puppy other commands too, like come, sit, or play dead. So, we'll demonstrate to you today how to teach your puppy to stay by this 3 Ds concept. Before we start, make sure you like the video at the end and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please hit the bell button to get notified every time we post our new video. Also, follow and like us on Instagram and Facebook. Oh hey, if your puppy already knows these 2 commands, then you must watch our next video to teach the 3rd basic command, lay down, in very simple steps. The link of the video will also be given in the description box below. Have your pup ready with his collar and leash on. Have a handful of tasty treats to motivate him. Ask him to sit before you introduce him with the new command, stay, and sit in front of him close enough to have a good eye and body contact with him. If you sit 1 hand distance or farther away from him, you'll encourage him to jump or come close to you, as young puppies are very clingy. Let's begin with the first D. Duration training essentially requires your pup's attention for a shorter period of time, at least at the beginning. Now, sit close and in front of your puppy. Ask him to sit to be sure that your puppy knows it. Get the attention of your puppy on you first, then give him the command, stay, with a hand gesture like your open hand palm facing his face. And count 1, 2, 3 in your mind and say, okay, to release him with a treat. Here, the hand gesture is to hold his attention during the stay, and the okay words tell him that it's over. Reward and praise will encourage him to do it again. Pat him to tell that you liked it what he just did. Start your training with a 3 to 5 second stay, which you can work up to a good 30-second stay over the first week of training. Some owners usually make a mistake when they teach stay training, is that they start the distance training very prematurely. Before you start the distance training, you need to be very sure that your puppy is actually staying at the place for a period of time. You have to start with small steps in distance training. So what you're going to do is stand in front of your puppy and ask him to sit. As he sits, give him the command to stay by showing him your hand. Step only 1 step backward and return to your position quickly. Release him with OK command and reward him. Praise him with lots of pats, as he did a great job in his first attempt. As you continue doing this, try to step backward at different angles from your puppy, but not too much. If you see the progress, you can increase your distance with every 3 steps unhurriedly over time, and avoid being too predictable by just taking 3 steps back in the same direction. In other words, mix up your distances. Sometimes go over 10 steps back, or sometimes just 5 steps back. Keep practicing it for at least a week. If you have a very young puppy, particularly a few weeks old, you need to keep your expectations low with them, because they are very clingy and will end up following you if you step away from them. With the puppies, sit very close to them and lean back a few inches when you say stay, and return back on the count of 3. If the puppy pops up when you're quite far from him, then return back, give him a treat, and give it a try again. If again he stands or comes to you, then try again with just 1 step back. Now, if your puppy has mastered the distance training too, combine both the duration and distance training for him. This is called bonus training, because he's going to get bonus treats in this more frequently if he performs well. Grab his attention and ask him to stay. Then just take 3 steps back and count to 3 in your head, and return back quickly and reward him. Simple. Increase the distance and duration gradually with time and his success. It's important to retain the rate of those treats coming to reinforce him. Give him a bonus treat. That means 3 or 4 treats if he is succeeding in the long stay before releasing him. Keep practicing this for at least a week to achieve good results. When you are sure that your puppy has learned to stay on command for any duration of time, then jump to the distraction training. In the distraction training, you're going to need a squeaky toy or a ball as a prop for the distraction. Remember, if you start anything, start with small steps. You need to teach your puppy how to stay in the presence of minor distraction before expecting him to stay in the presence of major distraction, like a squirrel, dogs, or people. Now that you know your pup can stay for a few seconds without breaking a stay, just give him a few treats to warm up. Hold the prop in your hand and get his focus onto you. Now, ask him to stay and move the prop or squeak the toy in front of him a little bit. If he doesn't move, reward him. And if he does, still reward him. Just limit down the movement of prop a little more or squeak the toy only once and try again with full concentration if he doesn't do. Don't move away or hold up at the beginning of this training. Just stay close and keep the stay short because it is easy that way to train him. Keep doing again and again this practice until he succeeds at this point of minor distraction. If your puppy is doing well and learning quickly, then try for the long distance and duration. Try to drop the prop in front of him or squeak the toy many times. Make big movements of your hands with some circular motion or just dance in front of him. If he doesn't move, then congratulations, you have finally achieved it. I again advise you to slowly and at least train your puppy for a week for each D training. Look, it's totally different with every puppy. Some are quick learners and some are slow, so don't get depressed and take it slow with your puppy. Always cherish that tiny success you achieve in that span of time. Distraction training is hard for dogs and required months of training in a variety of situations and places before your puppy finally understands that he has to do what you're asking him for. Practice a few minutes every day in a new location and he will excel quickly. Please tell us in the comments section below if our tricks helped you to train your puppy to stay. Also, your feedback is always appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and share our video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Want to get your dog featured? Submit your video at moncudog.com.